Have you ever had a moment so beautiful that everything else disappeared? You weren't thinking, you weren't planning, you were just there. The scent of the air, the light, the way it all made you feel. That moment is presence. That moment is wonder. And today I will share 5 fragrances that are just that. When time stops and you become the experience. You know that moment when you just arrive home, you finished everything you had to do for the day, you see the clouds, you hear the thunder, the rain starts pouring, and you are inside, feeling cozy, protected, that deep sigh of being completely safe. It doesn't matter that the rain is pouring outside. It's actually so pleasant to hear and to smell that rain with your open window. You are about to put on a movie. It will be the coziest evening, as if the world presses pause just for you. This is one of my favorite moments, and this fragrance reminds me exactly of that moment. And it's by Dior, Gris Dior. I love it. Cool, soft, airy, just like the scent of wet stone. Rain pouring outside. It doesn't try too hard, it just lets me breathe. There is rose, but it's not a romantic rose. More like the petals floating in rainwater. Then earthy patchouli and oak moss, like damp ground after a summer storm. Gris Dior is like rain wrapped in a rose and in elegance. Every time I smell it, I am in awe. How do I pronounce that? Awe. Awe. English is not my native language. I am in complete wonder. Masterpiece, Gris Dior by Dior. You are walking through the forest and there is no rush. The air is warm, light filters through the trees, and everything feels quietly alive. Before entering the forest, you pass gardens with fresh cut grass and blooming flowers. Butterflies float by. You are not going anywhere. You are just here, mesmerized by the trees, their leaves, the butterflies, even little stones, even snails you encounter in your way. That's what Mugler aura reminds me of. It smells like the forest itself is breathing, green, bright, alive. There's a hint of vanilla under it, but it's not sweet. It's warm like sunlight on your skin. And the rhubarb gives it a fresh, almost juicy snap. It smells like nature, like energy, like you belong there. And for me, Aura by Mugler is a masterpiece. I have the Eau de Toilette. This is discontinued, unfortunately. It's a very unique fragrance in a designer bottle, super affordable if you can still grab it. It's green and vanilla. The vanilla is very, very light. It only gives it a warm, delicate touch underneath that greenness that may hit you when you first smell it. Me, I love it, and I'm gonna say something that maybe not everyone will agree with. It kind of reminds me of Guerlain Angelique Noir. In the dry down is that vanilla with greenness. Angelique Noir has more vanilla, but it has the same vibe for a fraction of the price. Beautiful, makes time stop every time I smell this fragrance. Mugler Aura. There's something heavenly about sleeping into bed right after you've changed the sheets. Everything is clean, soft, and calm. The world feels quiet. It's that perfect moment, being held in something safe and warm. And also during the night, whenever I am able to sniff that fresh laundry detergent, it's so comforting, a moment that makes time stop. And the fragrance that smells like that is not so easy to find. I had from Frederic Malle Acne Studios. That's also like clean laundry, but it has that frankincense. And every time I wore it, my boyfriend told me that I smell like a church. I don't know what kind of church is like that. I guess the frankincense was super strong on my skin. And Couleur Primaire, I have a sample. That one is also fresh laundry, but it is too simple for me. I don't want to smell only like detergent. I want to have something more beautiful than that, more complex. And I have just the perfect fragrance. Another hidden gem that doesn't get much love because I think it's misunderstood. Yeah, but I do love it. It's by Amouage. This is Love Mimosa. Mm. This is a beautiful fragrance and strong. I think it's not a hit because this laundry detergent trend started later than this fragrance was launched, and now unfortunately it's discontinued. The mimosa is soft and golden, like warm sunlight, pear, ylang ylang, orris, and there is a subtle marine note, like air dried cotton. It doesn't just smell like laundry, it smells like you are in your quietest, softest moment. I love it now in the summer. It's one of my favorite clean scents. My boyfriend has commented on it, so it's very strong. I used to wear Versace Yellow Diamond. That's also mimosa and ylang ylang, some citruses. This is the elevated niche version of that. Amouage Love Mimosa, a fragrance that makes time stop. It reminds me of that moment of breathing in when I am lying in my bed and I have fresh sheets and the world stops. Even my cat loves it. Every time I change the sheets, he goes crazy about it and he wants to snuggle in. And myself, I want to do it too. And if I could change the sheets every day, I would. That's not sustainable. The moon does something to me. I've always been mesmerized by it. Full, glowing, silent. There's stillness to moonlight. It's soft but bright, like powdered light flowing through the dark. And the fragrance that smells like the moon for me, the moon in the comforting side, not Lunfelin, that's more the dark side of the moon, is from The Merchant of Venice, La Fenice or La Fenice. This is another feminine, pretty fragrance. La Fenice by The Merchant of Venice is like the moon being dusted in powdery vanilla sugar. It's soft, feminine, but also mysterious. There's a floral shimmer at the top, tuberose, almond blossom, almost like velvet. Then this powdery base, smooth and glowing. La Fenice by The Merchant of Venice. It doesn't shout, it enchants, just like the moon. Beautiful. One time I woke up in the middle of the night and I said to my boyfriend, "Turn off the light." And he said, laughing, "That's the moon." Real story. It was a full moon that was shining on my face, and I thought he had a lantern or something like that. Now, this next moment that makes time stop is my favorite. Let me know below which one is your favorite moment that makes you feel that wonder, that makes you feel like time does not exist and there is only the experience. And also, which fragrance reminds you of that moment? I would love to know. Now, going to my favorite moment. There is something about the sunset that never gets old. You stop, you look, and for a moment, the world feels golden. Everything slows down, softens. Whether you're heading out or winding down, is the perfect pause, full of warmth, beauty, and possibility. It's difficult to find a fragrance that smells like the sunset. It needs to have multiple colors to it, like a rainbow, but without being too much in your face. It needs to be smooth, creamy, enveloping. And I have the perfect fragrance. It's my favorite from Bond number 9. It's New York Nights. It's the middle of the summer. You are taking a yellow cab. You have a warm cocoa with caramel coffee cup in your hand, and you are going to a rooftop bar. You get there and you are enjoying the sunset. You see its colors with pink and orange and yellow. This fragrance has the notes all over the place, but what it smells like, it smells very warm, smooth, rounded. There is a creamy caramel that feels like sun-warmed skin. Then jasmine, glowing and creamy, and the whisper of gardenia and sandalwood. While a hint of banana gives it a playful, almost tropical base. I guess it has ylang ylang. It also has sea notes. Everything blends together in such a smooth way. I think it's my favorite caramel scent. Bond number 9, New York Nights, is like bottled sunset, full of possibility. Beautiful. These aren't just perfumes, they are reminders that life is made of moments, quiet, simple, breathtaking, and if we allow ourselves to pay attention, then we get to feel that sense of wonder that time does not exist. Let yourself feel that wonder today, for your heart beating, for your body holding you, for anything surrounding you. That wooden table used to be a tree, that cotton used to be a part of a cotton field. We are all connected, and isn't that a miracle? There is only one you in this universe. Feel that. How wonderful is that? Wonder is the beginning of wisdom. Socrates. What do you think about that?